Welcome to the consumers. My name is Greg Warren. Today is Oreo Day. Before we get to our brand, I want to introduce my co-host, Tim Convey.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. Excited for Oreo Day.
Yeah, it's a big day.
Big fan.
Love the Mizzou Tigers hat.
Yo, thanks, man.
It is my favorite hat that you have. I've tried to find that hat. It does not exist.
I know. And as a result, I wear it sparingly because every time you wear it, a little more sweat, a little bit more grind, it's going to last not as long. So I'm very careful.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know,
What is it, like just a backup logo, or why is it so
very
desirable?
old school old school logo, and then just even this kind of hat. Like they'll throw it on other stuff, but you need a hat that fits okay. So this is one of my favorites. But I figured, Oreo episode, time to really bring it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Bring the Mizzou hat for the Oreo episode.
That
100%.
Mizzou Tiger looks a lot like the Michigan Wolverine logo. So whenever I have a couple of shirts that have that logo on there, and invariably do, what's up, man? Go,
Yeah.
Blue. I go to Missouri.
The M is even more confusing. The Michigan M and the Mizzou M, people mistake all the time as well.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was the Chester Cheetah.
Oh, come
the
on, man.
Cheeto thing. The little car. There's a mild resemblance.
No.
There's a mild resemblance.
No.
That's-
One's a cheetah. One's
Yeah.
a tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that's not a traditional looking tiger. Any reasonable person would say, you could see it both ways, is what I'm saying.
No. Chester Cheat over here is Sean
That is
O'Brien.
me. Yep.
Buddy.
Greg.
He's got his Bills gear on.
Got my Bills gear on. Very
He's
excited.
a huge
Big
Bills fan.
I'm going. I'm going to the game. I'm going to be there in sometime in November.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I'm very excited.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's
see the
pretty
Bills.
cool.
Yeah, I
You
haven't
going
been
with
in
your
a stadium.
uncle?
Going with my uncle, cousin. I haven't been in like 8 years. So
That's pretty cool.
I mean, anyone watches NFL and anyone knows about the Bills fans, they are. I mean, there's borderline mental illness with them.
Yeah. How many tables do you think you'll jump through? when
Me?
you're there?
I will go through one.
You were? Seriously?
Yep.
This is a promise.
Hernia or not, I'm doing it.
Yeah,
Probably not recommended.
What is the jumping through tables thing?
The Bills Mafia, Greg, as they're
Yeah.
called, Bills fans, famously during tailgating.
Glorifying crime.
It's all different creative ways. I mean, you should take this at any time, but they jump through tables. So sometimes they'll light the table on fire and they'll jump on it. With the tailgating, they'll have big RVs and stuff. They will jump off of the RVs down to a table. It's just, they've gone viral. So now it's just a thing that you do at Bills tailgates. You jump through tables. And Sean is guaranteeing that you're going to jump through one.
If they win.
Post-game.
Post-game, if they win, and if I have the opportunity. I mean, there's a lot of jumpers.
This is mid-November, you're saying?
Yeah, I think so. I got to double check it sometime.
So sort of late November, we're going to have another co-host for the podcast. You're not going to survive a table jump.
Yeah, I know, man. I could definitely go to the hospital for sure.
Yeah.
Just do a little one.
Yeah.
I think you got to do it.
The thing is, if you went to the hospital because you jumped through a table and you had a broken arm, they'd be like, what happened? You'd be like, I think I've got lupus.
I know.
Yeah, not the obvious thing.
Hey, Sean, we think it's from when you jumped through that table at the Bills game. No, guys, I've been doing some research. And
I think
I'd have to make up some sort of lie. I mean, they'd have to be like, oh, not again with these idiots. Every weekend, we got 15 of these clowns coming in. And some people, I mean, they get burned because some of them, they do set on fire.
They light them on fire and then jump through the table.
I mean,
Let me tell you something. If you are a table salesman in Buffalo,
you want to be in Buffalo.
you're killing it.
You're talking, Greg.
Yep.
That's a
killing
brilliant
it, man.
move.
Yep.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then
that's
card tables.
Especially
any
the
kind of
light
table.
ones. Yep.
Yeah.
The
Dining
mobile
room
ones
tables.
where they fold up. Yes.
Are they jumping through pool tables?
Hey, man. You know what, though? I think the problem is transport. It's getting the pool table to the game.
Because it's the tailgating thing.
I think we got an old air hockey table that doesn't work down in the basement. You want that?
That'd be fun, man.
Okay.
I think, you got to start slow.
A
with the
ping pong
jumps.
table would be a good one to break.
Ping pong's a great
You're
start.
going right in the middle.
Don't go in the middle. You're going to get some sort of...
Well, it depends. The one I have, it would just collapse. You'd be fine.
And you'd have a net like in your inside.
Yeah, but that's better than,
I got you.
the
Then it's
edges.
solid.
Yeah. Think about this.
Sean, you were saying you had a good weekend.
I have a
This
good
is
weekend.
the,
man. I got big news. Let me just jump in here. This is big, man. We got another listener, thanks to me.
Oh, yeah?
We got another listener.
Randy, what's the count on that? Are we at? That's Randy Cash. Randy is our producer. He's our friend. He's an ex-musician. He is a comedian, but he's not at all dedicated to the craft. He shows up to open mic every 6 months. Randy, how many listeners we got now? Last count, I think we're at 7.
Teen?
Yeah,
17.
All right, so you're saying
7,
you got 18?
8.
I think this brings us up to 18.
18?
Yeah. So here's what we got. Man. My mother, Agnes O'Brien.
That's
Agnes
great.
O'Brien, maybe, I guess.
Okay.
She's trying. So she gets a little confused. She's not very, tech savvy, like podcast. She doesn't know the word.
Sure.
So my sister was telling about the show a week ago or something.
Yeah.
And my mom, I call her. She's like, all right, hold on. This is a typical call with my mom. She's like, all right, hold on. Hang on a minute. Hang on. I got to get situated. I don't know what she's doing. Hold it. Wait a minute. I'm saying nothing. This is on the phone. She's like, hold on. All right. So yeah, your sister said you got a computer show or something. And I'm like, yeah, just go with that.
Computer
And
show.
she goes, I swear, this is what she said. She goes, and it's called The Complainers. And I'm like, you know what, Mom? It's not, but that would have been a better name.
Uh-huh.
Especially for me personally.
Yes.
That would have been really good.
You should do a spin-off
I should do a
I know.
spin-off pie, right?
Sean O'Brien.
His mom was like, well, that sounds a lot like Sean.
Yeah.
I think
we finally found something he can do.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he's been complaining for the last 40 plus years.
The
Of
Complainer.
course he's on The Complainer.
That's great.
I'm going to reset here. My name is Greg Warren. Welcome to the Complainers.
And the star of our show, Sean O'Brien.
That's right. Now I finally I'm in the center now. Greg and I would have to swap seats.
That's great.
So yeah, I mean, if down the road, man, we want to do our own spinoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of could be my thing, like this kind of Greg's thing. That'll be my thing, and you guys are on the side, and then welcome to the Complainers. You guys could be guests.
I would
we
love
could just
to be.
start with being
Yeah.
a guest.
I would love to be on the Complainers.
I'm never going to be a sidekick for a Sean O'Brien show.
Yeah, that'd be a hard reach.
I mean, as bad as my career gets, I'm going to say right now, I'm not doing that.
no, I could understand that.
Complainers,
man.
he's got a solid foundation, man. His mom's listening every
The
week.
Complainers,
Complainers.
the Complainers. I would watch the Complainers. It's a
Totally.
much better
Right.
name.
Yeah. He's a fan,
It's
at least.
a fantastic name. I hope you guys do well.
I know.
I'll probably watch. I'm just not going to be.
Yeah, you're not going to be a guest. You don't want to.
I
Actually
might
participate.
come on at one point or something.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it is perfect because we all do complain to some degree. It's just who complains the most.
Half the episodes, the subject is just Greg Warren.
Yeah. And let me tell you another thing.
Your
he did.
favorite thing to complain
It's just you
about.
guys.
Like, man, we're on the
whining.
road in Kansas City. Greg's driving me now. He's
And
on
I said-
Twitter
and I
driving.
said- and I went up there on stage, and Greg said, "You got to try," and I said, "I am trying."
Sean, today's
Boy, I hope I
topic
don't
is
sound that whiny.
today's topic is customer service. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Greg some more.
Yeah. You talk about his horrible driving, the list of things. What's the
I'm not a
complaints
good
I have?
driver. Terrible driver.
Complainers.
I
So
admit
stay
that.
tuned if we get a change.
Yeah.
Sean, I wanted to check in on a couple of things.
Oh.
I think I'm at 28 days on because, in all honesty, our first episode, Duncan, we pre-recorded. It didn't come. We didn't record it like the day before it came out. I think
Yeah.
we were maybe a week or two before.
Yeah.
So right now, I think we're at 28 days. You had promised you were going to make some progress on a Duncan black card. How's that going?
Hold on. Yeah, the Dunkin'
Really?
Bite.
You don't
No,
have
no,
to-
I got
Just
it.
show me the card. Is all I need to see.
All right. And what was the whole deal behind it? If I have the card, what happens? Wasn't there like a bet attached?
$300. I think I was going to give you.
Oh, let me check. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. What are we holding? What do we got here? What is this? And you brought it up, you dummy. I was going to save this to the end. I was going to enjoy the show, have you have a nice show, and then smash you. So I will take my 300.
Is your name on it?
No name. They don't
Wait
do
a
that
minute.
anymore. No, don't even.
He
Don't
has
even
the card.
I got
Let me
the
see
card.
it.
I
He
got
has
the
the
How
card.
did you
card.
get it?
I'm not telling you a
Did
word,
you just
man.
take somebody's black card?
No.
No.
Dude, are you insane? No, I can prove
Is this
you.
Clooney's?
It's not Clooney's, man. Clooney probably has his name on. But
All right.
I got
I
the
am-
black card, but I will make Greg a deal.
Can I see it?
Yeah, man.
I think it's 300 is what I got.
it's 300. I will make a deal because I know you're homeless and poor right now.
I pay my debts. I'll give you your 300. I don't have it on me. But
Did
I'll
we
give it to
really
you.
say 300?
We said 300.
It was
yeah.
three.
I was
either
going to hit him at
300 or
1,000.
600.
But
We'll go back to the episode, but I think it was 300.
oh no, I already looked. It's 300. So, but I am
300.
going to give you because I know you're going through dark times. I will take.
You're not getting a penny less
No,
than
no, no.
300.
Hear me out. I'm going to help you out
honorable.
because I referenced how I like $2 bills. I will give you a deal. Give me 100 $2 bills
No.
And then we'll call it. That's, if you want to save
Sean,
money.
don't
Here's
do
what I'm
that.
doing. I'm going to Venmo you $300.
That wasn't the deal. It was cash, and it's on
No,
there.
it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
I'm proud of you,
So
buddy.
I got the black card, guys.
I'm very impressed.
Have you used it?
I haven't used it yet.
Can you talk about how you got it?
I'd rather not really get it. I mean,
So
it
it's
was a
not-
lot of work. I'm not kidding.
Is it legit?
Yes, I swear.
Then just
it's
tell
legit.
us how
I'll
you
show
got
the
it.
email.
Was it a mail situation or did you go in?
It was in the mail. Yeah.
And
You basically have to request it, and then they're like, "Well, let's see your account." They're like, "Okay," and I didn't have a Dunkin' account,
Okay.
so this is what they said. They would like you to spend, an average of $200 a month for
Okay.
3 months to spend.
Right.
So, but I'm like, I need this now because this is a timeline deal. I had only
Yeah.
30 days. So the one person just said, we'll start spending a little money on a regular card.
on the app.
On the app, yeah.
Got it.
Or I'm sorry, yeah, thank you. On the app. And then we'll follow up because they can track you, through the app. And then I just kept hitting emails. So I sent like 4 different emails. And I just said it. I just said, listen, man, this guy, his name was Felix. I just said, listen, Felix. I'm email. And I just said, I trash Starbucks. I go, my friends love Starbucks and I want to send a message. I want to go in there with them and show them the black card and be like, sorry guys, I'm leaving. And does Starbucks have this? Absolutely not. And he goes, okay. We'll send it right out to you. Blah, blah, blah. What's your, and he just did.
Wow.
Basically, that was
You didn't mention to Felix that you completely trashed his donuts?
We did not talk about that. And I don't think that was relative at the time.
Good. You hit him where it hurts.
But I told him the coffee's the best in the world. And, he said it'll happen in 5 to 7 days. Took 2 weeks.
Good job, buddy.
Good for you, man.
got it, man.
That is awesome.
That was, I was going to save it to the end.
What percentage chance did you give him?
0. I was almost like bored that you brought it up because it was going to be like, all right, no, he didn't do it. And we laughed. And then I'm so impressed.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he knows better. I don't know why he's testing me. In this world, if it's in retail and stuff.
He was betting that you wouldn't have it.
Because
Wait,
you
what did you just
forget
say in this
everything.
world?
You say so many things and don't do them.
Well, I'm just saying, but when you're talking about stuff like this, when there's negotiating,
When there's
and you go
money. Yeah, that's how you get Sean.
yeah,
to
I
keep
mean,
his
who
word.
helped you buy a car?
You did?
Thank you. And
Yeah.
Tim?
Yep.
Thank
did.
you. So,
sure
and what did
that's-
that mean? Saved you money. I saved you a lot of it. You got a steal of a lifetime on that car.
It was you did find the car, and it's a good car.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that. Wow. And how about the Fitbit? Are you have you gotten that yet?
Oh, yeah.
I have not got the Fitbit yet. I might hold out. It's like a perfect Christmas gift. So someone's always asking, like, what do you want?
What do they cost?
It depends what generation.
It's $300. You can get one.
It is true. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, you can get one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think, the 300, I'm definitely going to go to the cologne game. I'm going to get that cologne.
Dude, I
like,
saw
so much.
something on cologne, man. It was like the top 5 colognes women like or something on one of my Instagram feeds or something, and yours was not in there.
Oh, boy.
It was not in there. It didn't make it.
It's too expensive, man. It's called a
Yeah,
niche.
women don't like money. It's a dumb thing to say.
Wait, which ones were on there?
Sorry, this is not a misogynist podcast.
Yeah, my God. Greg.
What am I doing?
Just to be
Monster.
clear, it's not how Sean and I feel.
No.
Yeah. Tim?
Yeah, good weekend.
Yeah, Tim, you got a gig Friday night, I believe. Opening, or was it Saturday? Saturday night opening for David Spade and Bobby Miyamoto in Kansas City.
Yeah. Midland Theater in Kansas City, where I'd never been before.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Old theater. Beautiful. Just it's incredible. And it was great. We hung out, had dinner, and I had done the Vegas shows with Spade, but you're in Vegas and you're kind of insulated and you're in the casino. But just walking around Kansas City and you forget how incredibly famous David Spade is, and that it's literally every person stopping him, and just to see the reaction on people's faces is so fun. Or even we're sitting having dinner and people are coming up and they all, we're saying a different movie and stuff like that. So really fun.
What movie did you get the most frequent?
A lot of Joe Dirt.
Oh, really? I would have gone Tommy Boy.
A lot of Joe Dirt and a lot of even like some grown-ups. And there's this Venezuelan guy who was like, I just moved here from Venezuela. I see you in the movies with Adam Sandler. I never dreamed that I meet you. And was taking pictures.
And he's great. He's great about it.
Oh,
he gets right in there.
Super cool. Yeah.
Let's mark this down.
He was great
for the podcast.
What's that?
Tim does a really good Venezuelan.
Oh, thank you.
That was good, man.
Yeah,
It was
it
very
was okay. Yeah,
We're
I'd like to
we're gonna
reference.
use that. I
Yeah.
don't know if we'll do a sketch or we'll do something. Or,
I mean, you should at least do maybe some sort of audio books for somebody who is
Yeah.
Venezuelan
Here's what I'm
and
thinking.
just be
Here's what
really-
I'm thinking.
I'm listening.
Okay. We're gonna go to sports every week with Venezuelan Tim. How
That's
do you like
great.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
All right.
I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, like actually, or like a soccer goal. That'd be perfect.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't want to tease that right now, but I can do.
Come on.
I can do that. No, that took a lot of prep.
All right,
that
I see.
one, but I'll do.
See.
I do Southern and Venezuelan.
Okay.
And then the show, saw something I'd never seen before at a comedy show. So I go up, do my set, and then Bobby's up there. Bobby Miyamoto, real funny. He's up there.
Great comic.
Super cool guy. I had never met him
really nice
until
guy.
this weekend. We had a great time. He was up there for probably 10 minutes. This big, old, beautiful theater with just these high, ornate ceilings. He's 10 minutes into his set, and we see what looks like a bird fly down from the top up onto the stage and then kind of exits stage left. And everybody's looking around, and you hear the audience say, bat, bat, bat. A bat flew down from the ceiling of this theater and just swooped down over the audience and then flew on stage and then off the stage.
Wow.
So the audience, he's freaking out. The audience freaks out. Bobby held cool, and then he got off, and he's like, you can't. If I had like run away or something, it would have been the worst thing that could have happened to me. So
Yeah.
stood his ground on the bat. The audience was freaking out. He started making, he handled it great. It was so fun. People were just rolling with the whole thing because no one had ever seen anything like that.
Yeah.
So then he's up doing, he's got his last, 5-6 minutes. And they're on the side of the stage, the crew at this theater with flashlights and stuff trying to locate this bat while he's up there doing the show. And then one of these stagehands got it put it in his hands, and they took it outside and let it go.
Really?
Yes.
He caught the bat with his hands?
Yes.
Boy,
It was
that's
landed
risk
on
taker
something.
right there, man.
But this visual, I'll never get out of my head as long as I live. Being on the side of the stage and just seeing this bat come in on the stage and kind of narrowly miss Bobby and head out. It was awesome.
And Spade came on stage with a tennis racket and a hockey goalie mask.
Yeah. Spade walks out and goes, has anybody seen my bat? It was awesome.
Pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it was fun. We had a real good time. Thanks to those guys for having me.
I still can't believe he got that Duncan black card.
I know.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
You can't believe it?
No,
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Well, you're a clown because you're going to challenge me in something like that I'm going to
Professional
always win.
clown.
Yeah.
Professional clown.
He is.
I shouldn't call him a clown. He's not, but I will take my 300.
I'll get you the 300. The episode today centers around Oreo. You guys excited?
Mm-hmm.
Tim, you already said you're excited.
Uh-oh.
What do you got?
I had Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy.
All right.
All right.
He's feeling it today. He walks in,
Yeah.
I'm 300.
Duncan black card in pocket.
Yeah.
There's nothing he can't do today.
Sean did research on Chips Ahoy, so we're going to get no information from Sean.
Just a
which makes
fun
it no different from any other episode.
But now he's got a black card.
Now I got a black card. That's right.
Oreo. It is actually not even the story of a cookie. It's the story of two cookies. And I'm not talking about the two cookies on either side of the cream.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Oreo and Hydrox. Okay?
Right, man.
Best intro to history so far.
Strong,
would you
man.
say?
Strong. Really
Yeah,
strong.
no, it's like
Pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
like I'm into it right now,
Gravitas.
man. Yeah.
Don't worry. You'll be out of it pretty quick. The central figures here are Jacob and Joseph Luce, the Luce brothers. Those guys had a little bakery in Kansas City. It was called Coral Cracker and Confectionery Company. And back then, the bakery business was very fragmented. You had these little bakeries all over, no conglomerates. And brother Jacob, said, hey, I'm going to hire a lawyer, this guy, Adolphus Green out of Chicago. And I'm going to see if we can build a conglomerate out of all the bakeries in the Midwest. So they did. It was called American Biscuit and Manufacturing Company. Pretty quickly, they were the number 2 conglomerate. While they were doing this, a couple other people had the same idea. So it became a 3-way battle between New York Biscuit Company and United States Baking Company. It was the Biscuit War.
Oh.
I'm not the one to coin that. That's what they said, the Biscuit War. And it got pretty intense. But the Luce brothers were having some success.
Mm-hmm.
And it got so intense that Jacob, even though he made a ton of money, got sick. The pressure got to him. It really took its toll on his health. And Jacob kind of had to go away. He had to go away and get better. He was on bed rest for a long time.
His health. He put his health first.
Put his health first. Maybe a little late, but he did put his health first. And
Didn't he go to Europe?
I think he did, Sean. I think he did go to Europe.
I don't know. I couldn't get to the bottom of what exactly was wrong, but I mean, it was bad. I
Yeah, it
think.
was bad.
Like, it wasn't just like, the flu or something. Like, I mean, I think
No,
he was, like,
you
he
don't
was,
go to Europe for the flu.
yeah, maybe he had lupus. I don't know.
It might have
But
been.
Let's not.
Yeah.
This is history.
Okay,
Okay.
fair.
Yeah. Let's not. That's how things get started.
Tainted.
Yeah. So he is sick, which is no laughing matter. He's over there in Europe, maybe getting tended to, and his brother Joseph and Adolphus, the lawyer, are running the company, and they're like, you know what? We're tired of fighting with these other companies. Let's all join together.
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob, from his sickbed, said, please don't do this. We've been fighting these jerks for a long time. I don't want them to be part of our company. And they said, you know what? We're doing it. Stay in bed. So they formed the National Biscuit Company, otherwise known as
Nabisco.
There you go.
There it is,
Nabisco.
Sean.
Yep,
Yeah,
the San Francisco treat.
And
that's. Believe that's rice-a-roni.
Oh,
Maybe
man.
we will.
It sounded so good.
Yeah, we might do rice-a-roni at some point. And National Biscuit Company was in New York. Had nothing to do with the West Coast.
Well, I'm
Sounded
taking
good, though,
swings.
buddy.
prior to them doing all this, the bakeries had their own sort of cookies and they all had their own things. No one was supplying multiple places, right? Until all this stuff started happening.
Yeah,
right?
man.
You went to the store, they were making them in the back. That's
Yeah.
where you got them. That's what they had.
man.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think maybe in like I think, citywide, maybe they had it.
Oh, somebody
Yeah,
would, okay.
I think maybe it wasn't like, we only get our cookies on this block or something.
Got
But,
it.
yeah, but so Jacob's mad, and he gets better. He's better. Now, while he's still in bed, Nabisco is starting to kill it. I think their big thing was animal crackers. There were animal crackers
So
before
good.
them. They are good, aren't they?
So good.
But they were the first one to put the string on the animal cracker box. Sean, do you know why they have that string?
Yeah, because you'd hang it up on the nail where your calendar is. No, I don't know why.
For
Well, you were
kid-
close. It
For
was
kids?
Oh, was I? I mean, I
Cri-
thought, yeah.
Christmas tree.
Oh, man, that was my
Yeah.
second guess.
Ah, that's great.
That's crazy.
It wasn't.
It was serious. It was the Christmas tree.
Yeah, it was on a Christmas tree.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's-
yeah.
that makes
Either
sense.
as
That
a
makes
present or an ornament. I think it was a present, actually, or
That's
maybe
so
an ornament
good.
that you could later have as a present. So Jacob, he gets better, and he's like, I'm going after these guys. I'm going to form a biscuit company.
My own brother.
Yeah, my own brother. He forms the Loose Wiles Company. It's him and some guy named Wiles that had a candy company, I believe, in Kansas City. And so he starts Loose Wiles Bakery. Now, here's something that it took me a while to get to, and I cannot verify it, but I think it was mostly Adolphus running Nabisco,
The lawyer.
the lawyer guy. And I think his brother came back over to Loose Wiles and worked with him.
Oh.
Yeah, I think his brother jumped ship and went back with his brother. I only saw that on the internet. It was like one little sentence,
Mhm.
and I tried to verify it, and I couldn't quite get to it. But I think that Joseph actually did come back and fight with his brothers for Loose Wiles. Loose Wiles later became Sunshine. You guys are familiar
Oh,
with that?
sure.
Yeah, Sunshine,
Yeah.
now owned by Kellogg's.
Yeah.
So they introduced something that they think is going to take down Nabisco, and it is called Hydrox.
Mm.
And it was the first sandwich cookie, and it was two sort of bitter chocolate wafers with sweet vanilla fondant in the middle, and they knocked it out of the park. They did well. People started ordering these things by the ton. Grocery companies were ordering a ton. I'll take a ton of Hydrox. That's a lot of cookies.
Ugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason they called it Hydrox, once again, we go back to our buddy Upton Sinclair. Sean, who's that?
He wrote The Jungle.
He wrote The Jungle, which exposed all the evils in food and all the gross stuff that meat plants and food processing plants do. And Hydrox sounded clean. Hydrogen, oxygen had sort of a chemical sound to it, but it
Yeah,
did
it's what
sound.
it tastes like Clorox. That's the thing where I think the name thing comes in.
Yeah.
It didn't. It didn't. It tasted really good. Well, one description was imprisoned between the two chocolate cookies of sunshine. Hydrox is the purest snow white velvety cream in all the cookie world.
Wow.
How about that?
Boy, they
Whoa.
went deep in that one.
These are writers,
Too
guys.
white.
These are
Yeah.
writers. Back in the day, chalk and plaster of Paris regularly appeared in baked goods.
It's not good.
Not good at all. You don't want that.
Regularly, like accidentally, they were showing up because we didn't have the same
I get-
standards.
yeah, we didn't have
Or they were
standards,
like,
yeah.
you know what would make this better?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think maybe just to whiten it up, maybe. And they built this giant bakery in New York, in Long Island City, which is right across in Queens.
Yeah.
You can see it from Manhattan. I did comedy there for a while. There was a club there for a while.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a
There's
tiny
a bunch
club,
of,
but it was really fun.
Studios and stuff. We used to do like photo shoots. And
Yeah. Maybe some auditions over there. I think Pepsi has a big operation over
Yeah,
there.
the huge
That giant
sign.
Pepsi sign, I think, is Long
100%.
Island City. Yeah, so they built the 1,000-window bakery in Long Island City, and I'm assuming it had 1,000 windows. And I think that was, to brag that they're big, but also to brag like, hey, look in here. You can see we're not putting plaster of Paris.
Yeah.
We didn't make it an opaque window.
Right.
Yeah, you can look in and see what's
it's
going
clean.
on.
It's yeah.
So
I bet you it's not 1,000 though.
I bet it is.
I bet you there was 1,000. Yeah. So they come out with Hydrox and they're killing it. Okay, they're doing really well, knocking it out of the park. And then Nabisco, old Adolphus over there, is like, well, we're gonna make a sandwich cookie too, and it was Oreo. And they went head to head. Oreo came in 1912, I believe. Hydrox was 4 years before, so Hydrox had a 4-year jump on them.
Mm-hmm.
And Oreo showed up in 1912. Oreo didn't really compete with them all that well until sort of the 50s. So Hydrox was kind of letting them have it.
Well, Oreo was basically, they were the knockoff back in 1912.
Yes.
That's
It
what
was.
people right. People don't realize that now. But
Yeah, Oreo was the knockoff
Back
brand. It was cheaper back then, but it took to the 50s, and then I think something sort of crazy happened. Sorry guys, I lost my place here. There were billboards all over. I saw some online that said "Switch to Oreo."
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool.
I wonder how long. I'm sure the ingredients have changed in both, but
Yeah, they have.
certainly when we were growing up, the Oreo just tasted so much better. And I wonder what the taste test was like back then.
I bet you, yeah, it would be hard to know back then because whatever we were tasting in the 80s wasn't what I think. From what I know, Oreo is sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Hydrox. They called themselves the aristocrat of cookie back then. Yeah,
The aristocrat of cookie.
yeah, the aristocrat of cookies or something like that. So they prided on being like sort of, well, you have one or two, if you're
Real fancy.
like a
one or two.
a Convy brother or something like that. You would have
There we
one
go.
or two sleeves.
Sticking it
yeah. So Hydrox is doing okay, but then sort of around the 50s, Oreo started coming at him. I saw these billboards, and Oreo's ads got a little better, and Hydrox's ads were like whiny, basically like we were first, we were the first cookie, and they just didn't resonate with people. Oreo's ads went after kids.
Yeah. Even today, when a product's like, we're the original, it's like, who cares? Which one's better?
Yeah,
Bingo.
It is true, man.
Yeah.
We were here I don't care.
Yeah,
Hydrox, you're gross.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, we'll get into what they taste like in a second. When you were a kid, you said you didn't care for them.
Hydrox? No,
Yeah.
man. It was unbelievable to me growing up that anyone would be like a Hydrox home. You'd go over to somebody's house and they had Hydrox.
Yeah.
I was not going over to that house anymore. Because
Yeah.
what else are they doing? What
Yeah.
other bad decisions are they making in that household?
Right.
If they're choosing Hydrox.
I think it was.
over
I think it was
Oreo.
a cheaper version.
Yeah.
It sort of flipped.
Oh.
Oreo was cheap for a while. Then at one point in the 50s, Oreo decided we're going to take a price increase and we're going to be like, they sort of, it was reverse psychology. It's like, well, if you could afford an Oreo, you
Right.
could have one. And people flocked to them along with the advertising.
Worth every penny.
I mean,
Hydrox-
Greg, it's safe to say, and I think Greg will go with me in this. Hydrox is the Peter Pan of the cookie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, is that reasonable?
Hydrox is even worse than
Now
Peter
you're
Pan.
getting personal. Like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well,
I try not to bring, I don't know. Here's the thing. No, it's not. Because I actually kind of liked Hydrox as a kid. I remember
You
enjoying
did?
it. Yeah, yeah. And then I tried them recently. Hydrox sort of had once they started getting whooped up on in the 50s, the 60s, they became like grandpa's penny pincher cookie.
Oh.
Okay. Like it was like, these are the cheap stuff. They're old people. It's gone. Okay. Then you hit the 70s and Oreo starts making big gains. In 74, Oreo introduced double stuff. That was, which I think should just be what Oreos are.
Huge. Yep.
Yeah. And then by the 80s, they had a 4-to-1 advantage on Hydrox. So they had their foot on their neck
Unbelievable.
in the 80s. And then one of the things Hydrox had going for it for a long time was it was kosher, or the rabbi certified.
That's right. Yep.
Certified it as kosher. So at least they had that market. Right around 98, Oreos got rid of lard and they became kosher. And that was like, you guys are gone now. You're done. So then they went away. They got passed around to a lot of companies. Kellogg's was the last one to have them. And Kellogg's got rid of them, I think, early 2000s. Then this guy, what's his name?
The
Anybody
Leaf guy.
Yeah, the guy, Ella Kassoff. He started this thing called Leaf Brands. He was like a novelty guy, man. He just liked old stuff. And he's like, I'm going to start up. I'm going to bring back Hydrox. So he had to go through the courts and sort of say, hey, they're not using it. And let me use it. So he got it. And he tried to bring it back, and he got it in the stores. And you go up against these guys.
It's over.
They're going to hurt
you. Yeah. If I can stop for a second, there's a thing called direct store delivery in the grocery business, and then coming through. So you know how you see like Kroger trucks on the road. That means that like Procter and Gamble, my stuff, okay, Pringles, Jif, that mustard and ketchup over there. They send that stuff to Kroger's warehouse, and then Kroger puts it on their trucks probably 3 to 5 times a week and sends their trucks out with a bunch of other stuff, and the Kroger people put it on the shelves, okay? Now, there are some companies that do direct store delivery. They don't go to Kroger's warehouse. They just have their own trucks. So you see like a Pepsi truck, you see a Coke truck, you see a Nabisco truck. They just take it into the stores. So there's a guy in there actually putting it on the shelves. And that guy has a ton of power because he's in the stores every day. He's friends with the store manager. He's giving him baseball tickets all the time.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit of bribery. And it's also a good relationship. And they sometimes do dirtbag stuff, like hide the Hydrox. And this guy, Kassoff, was like, they're hiding my stuff. They're hiding my stuff. And he's got like a big lawsuit that he initiated because it just didn't work in the grocery stores. Now, where they did wind up for a while was Cracker Barrel, because Cracker Barrel has all that old-timey like food.
Nostalgic.
Yeah. You remember Cracker Barrel? So this is not, maybe 2 months ago I went in there and I got some Hydrox, and I got to tell you, they were really good.
He changed the recipe. I had some too. They're better. The new Hydrox that this guy's peddling are way better than the ones.
Well,
from the
he
80s.
went to natural sugar versus high fructose corn syrup.
Oh,
yeah. So, and it was
tip of the cap.
They were good. I'm not saying they were better than Oreos, and they were different though. The cookie has a little more bitter taste to it, maybe more a dark chocolate taste to it. So he went to Cracker Barrel, and he's raising a fuss over what Nabisco did to him. And I understand it, man, because Pringles was not DSD, and we went up against Frito-Lay, and they would do some dirtbag stuff to us.
Does every brand want to be DSD?
No, because you think about all the money that you have to put into trucks and delivery people.
So it's up to them. The grocery store would prefer it. The grocery store's like, if you want to bring it direct to the store.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not like Walmart.
But who determines what brands are what? The brand, the company, or
it's about the company. I mean, the investment in all those trucks and the employees, more importantly, is like monumental. It changes the whole structure of your company.
If your company's like, hey, we're prepared to be DSD, go straight to the store. Will the store ever go, no, we're good?
Probably not.
Okay.
Except for maybe Walmart, because Walmart really takes. I'm speaking out of turn, but Walmart takes a lot of pride in their systems. So if you put something through the Walmart system, so you send them, a case of Pringles, they have a way, just because all the money they've invested in those systems over the years, logistics, I should say, they will get it from your plant to the cheapest way. That's why Walmart can beat you on price a lot of times.
Yeah.
They just kept putting money back into systems. So they lose that advantage against the grocery stores when it's like, oh, we're not putting it through our system. We're just, it's going there. So, which is why we did really well with Pringles at Walmart, because it's the only DSD chip, or it's the only non-DSD chip. You know why it's also non-DSD?
Why?
Versus, do you think of a bag of chips? You can't put that through the warehouse. It's going to get crunched up. That can
go through anything.
That was also the first international chip, because it can go to Japan. Now we have plants over there, but we sent those things all over the world because they're not going to get beat up, because they're protected by that cardboard.
And that couldn't have been cheap making those things too, but it pays off.
Oh yeah, man! It's
Right?
Jackson, Tennessee. We got some machines there that are extremely expensive.
Now they hold up.
Shout
I
out.
will say, like the last 5 usually are a mess. And Pringles, they always
Chips.
seem that. Yeah, I've had issues in the past.
A lot of that's
everybody's
on you.
Everybody's got a problem. Yeah, you're shaking it up like
Once you're-
maracas.
Well, I
or
thought,
something.
I thought it's like,
Yeah.
Once
yeah, how you
open
make a
it,
margarita.
Yeah.
and you got it that much time to get to the. It's that's how it works. Wait, I got another question for you.
Yeah.
So you said the guys in the trucks they're delivering certain products, and then sometimes do you think those guys physically are hiding the products they don't
Yes.
want, or is it more really?
Yeah, they're doing that stuff now. I'm not saying it's all. That's what he's saying, and it did happen. My uncle Dennis worked for Nabisco for just like a couple of months. My uncle Tom was a big shot at Nabisco, and he got Dennis a job when he got out of college or when he got out of the Navy or something. And Dennis said he took a job for a few months with Nabisco in the stores, and the guy was showing him the ropes. His, the senior sales guy, and the guy saw something like he goes, yeah, they smashed his cookies or something. He goes, this was Keebler. This was Keebler. And he goes,
Chips Ahoy.
he goes, and he said to my Uncle Dennis, he goes, you're going to be tempted to do the same thing back to them. But he goes, trust me on this. You don't want to get in a cookie war.
Yeah.
And he was serious. And my Uncle Dennis is a very bright guy. He was a very, very smart guy. And also, like, he just was like, I don't think I belong in this business.
Yeah.
He became a federal parole officer.
I'm not ready for a cookie.
He
war.
goes, you trust me on this. You don't want to get in a cookie war.
Yeah, man.
And he was dead serious, man.
Pandemonium.
Yeah.
Well, you see stuff trashed in the shelves of a grocery store, and you think it's like, kids, somebody let their kids go, but it's just the jerk from the other company.
Maybe. I mean, I got to be honest, like, our sister podcast, Nateland, Dusty Slay, he sold pesticide, and he was in the stores, and he employed some extremely dirtbag tactics. Dusty would hide the competitor. He's admitted on tape. He's admitted that, like, I didn't do that stuff. I let my product stand up. Dusty got into some stuff that I don't care for. And listen, I like him as a guy. I like him as a comedian. As a salesman, I don't care for some of the stuff he did.
I didn't want to bring this up, but yeah, I feel like you did. Word from Andy is Dusty's been sniffing around here, messing with our product.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Is that
It's
why
that
the-
same?
Is
Those
that
same.
why the sour cream was on the top shelf?
Dusty was in. I found.
Well,
some
there was
long
like
hairs.
a long brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw what I saw, Tim.
I think he was in here.
I don't like it at
It's a
all.
problem.
I don't like it. So, I think I was saying that Hydrox were in Cracker Barrel as recent as maybe a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
I went to 2 Cracker Barrels in the last 2 days to try to find Hydrox. They're
No
no longer
dice.
there. I think, and there was an Oreo product in there. It wasn't Oreos, but there was an Oreo branded product. I think
They
this
pushed
guy,
him out.
Yeah, this guy's gonna lose his mind. Leaf Brands. I don't. They have maybe wacky wafers is another thing they have.
Don't they do the peanut butter and cheese crackers? I feel like that's them, or they have a variety of those.
That was Lance, I think.
Oh,
Okay. I think that's Lance. But nice try.
It's an L. It's an L.
Yeah,
Sean.
man. No,
So
you took it from me.
Oreo, that's kind of how Oreo got to where they are. By the 80s, they were killing it. Now I believe they are the #1 cookie in the world.
And rightfully so.
Yes, they're an outstanding cookie. If you rank brands, it's really hard to get data on this if you don't pay for it. But I saw like a 2017 ranking. You're like, Greg, you're lazy. Why couldn't you get 2024? That's all I could find on the internet.
Yeah.
It was private label #1, that's just you take all the cookies together. So people do buy it. It's cheap. It'll say something like duplex creams on it or chocolate cream sandwich or Randy has it in his kitchen.
Oh yeah,
He's got great value. He's got Walmart.
Hey, man, he
Oreos
might
in
not
it.
want that out there.
Hey man,
Yeah, I don't believe
you know?
this podcast.
I mean,
whatever.
Randy, can you jump in on that? I mean, because you do have the power to edit that, man. I just don't want to think people will rat you out on your kitchen, what you're carrying in there, man.
Oh, no, it's totally cool, man. I just cut left on you before I cut back on sugar, man, and it helps me not eat a bunch of them. They're all right. I think they might lean a little more towards a Hydrox because they're definitely not as sweet as an Oreo.
They're not as
But-
good.
You sure it's just because? So what you're saying is they have less sugar. You're saying they don't taste good, so I won't eat a lot of them.
All the above.
Okay, got it.
Season
Yeah,
2,
all the
man.
above.
Season 2, we'll start getting you Oreo money. We'll do that for you.
Yeah, man, we can't pay you. I mean, I don't know, man. We're coming in okay.
What with Randy? I'm just
We're
saying,
paying him.
the guy's eating
Yeah.
Walmart Oreos.
I know,
I'd feel
man.
guilty.
I know.
Clearly, we're not. You know, so Randy, I'm
Either that or
sorry,
he's
man.
got some kind of gambling habit or something. I
That
can't
could be.
help it if Randy's gambling his
No,
gambling
man.
his Nateland money on
Studio's
the
got
horses or something.
$7,000 worth of name brand products in here, and he's eating.
He's eating Walmart Oreos.
And he's got to walk in every single day and have it
man.
stare in the
Well,
face.
we got all kinds of stuff for him now. So yeah, they're gone. Let's take a look at Oreo in depth. Just Sean, the actual Oreo sort of cookie itself. Tell me about this thing. This sort of, it's like a wreath or something.
Yeah, it's called oh man. Well, here's the problem. Oreo maybe stole the design from Hydrox.
The cookie design.
The cookie design, yeah. I want to be real clear in this.
Parts of it.
So for the audio listeners, if you were to see the actual Oreo, we don't have any Hydrox, right?
No, they don't exist anymore. As far as we know.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
You paying attention?
No, I'm paying attention. I'm just saying, like
Why are you breaking up
we had
the
old
Oreos?
ones. Yeah.
You're breaking up cookies right now. What are you doing?
What do you mean, man? No, I'm just looking. I'm just looking at what we got, man. What?
He just took the Oreo and
asking
split
you-
it into
it kind of
I'm
broke
fours.
asking you to weigh in on that, on the what it looks like. Did you read about this?
And
Yeah,
instead,
I
he
did,
picked
man.
one up and broke it
And
in
broke
4
it up.
pieces.
What are you
I did.
doing? You don't know. You got nothing, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's some
symbols-
controversy.
The Oreo cookie part is very ornate on both sides, and it is weird that it looks quite a bit like Hydrox. I mean, without a doubt, they knew what they were doing. Hydrox was popular at the time, but there's all sorts of different theories. Nobody knows exactly what the deal is. There's something called the Cross of Lorraine that the Knights of the Templar used in the First Crusade. It's associated with the Freemasons. People have all kinds of conspiracy theories about exactly what is on that cookie. It was designed by a guy named William Tournier.
William Tournier or Tournier. I don't know whether you're French or American.
I prefer
I'm not
the
sure.
French.
Yeah,
pronunciation.
Tournier. There's an R at the end, but I get where you could say A. He designed the current one.
In 1952.
Yeah, in 1952. Yeah, and
did
they're
that.
still using it.
Same guy did the cookie design. So not the logos, the cookie design on Nutter Butters. How it looks like.
It looks like a peanut.
Nailed it.
Looks like a peanut.
Milk bone.
Looks like a waffle. Wow.
Yeah. So this guy's just sitting there coming up with the most obvious things, but it's also kind of brilliant. A
milk
dog
bone's
treat that looks
amazing.
like a bone. Yeah, he nailed it.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then this guy so there was a company in Trinidad and Tobago that they thought was ripping off Oreos, like specifically the cookie design. So they had to call William out of retirement and said, "Hey man, we need you to come fight this and talk us through." They called him as a witness or whatever in this battle they had with this company that was trying to rip him off.
The thing is, I don't think they needed to call William because you know what they were calling those cookies down in Trinidad and Tobago?
The rip-offs? What?
Oreo Man. I mean, obviously it's a ripoff, right? Now listen, that may be perceived as ignorant because I don't know. I think I'm going more with Jamaican on that.
A little bit.
Yeah, it was called Oreo Man. Yeah, M-O-N. Oreo space Man, capital M-O-N.
And they're like, "We're going to need the experts."
Yeah. You don't need to call William. This is obviously a knockoff.
They just
This
put
is
Mon.
like when White Castle was knocked off by White Castle. Yeah.
Or in Jamaica, White Castle Mon.
Yeah. What about the logo itself?
Man, I love the logo. So as much as that hasn't changed, the logo has changed quite a bit. The one we have now is a little bit, it hasn't changed a whole lot since 1972. First one was fine. The one from 1923 to 19... We lost the mic stand, folks.
That's not good.
We lost the mic stand.
This is
It was
bad.
good recovery, though, man. That was a good recovery.
Here, I
I'm
think
just
I
gonna
can help you do it.
Yeah.
Oh, we got it. We
I
got
think
it.
we got it.
We'll be right back with you. Sean?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna carry this
Yeah,
thing.
Sean,
Tell
why
the
don't you
good
talk
folks
about
to
the
I'll
cookies?
I'll
Yes,
keep breaking this
keep
cookie up, man.
cookies.
It's very entertaining.
The one time I go to him, he just breaks up cookies.
Yeah, well, it was falling apart, man, and I was, it's just not really a durable snack.
Yeah.
I'll get it.
Yeah,
Tim,
we
you
got
got
it.
this? I can hold it, honestly. I'm going to talk briefly about... we got it? I could just hold it. Okay.
We're good. No, let me tell you about these logos.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
1923 to 1931
Nice
logo.
job, Tim. We survived it.
Yeah, good work.
That's coming out of Randy's check.
Yeah, Randy, you're going to be eating those
Well, that's
Walmart
the message
Oreos.
he sent for the
Yeah.
Walmart. Yeah,
For
that's
a
how he's
little-
paying back.
Yeah, he's going down to Aldi
Little
Oreos
wow
pretty soon.
wonder. 1923 to 1931 logo, I really like. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it. Otherwise, I'm going to describe it for you. It makes use of the fact that the Oreo name both begins and ends with an O. Why wouldn't you make those both cookies? I think it's a really strong logo.
Some people think that is why they are called Oreos, because there's an O in cookie. So you have a cookie over here. You have a cookie over here. Again, sorry to the folks at home. I have a cookie in each hand, both represent an O. The letters RE are in the word cream.
Oh.
So you have O on either side
Yeah.
of cream. So it's Oreo. There's other theories that we can get into about the name.
Yeah. But that is, I particularly like that one. It's evolved a few times. Since about 1972, we've basically had the one that we know. My other favorite only lasted from 1949 to 1952. It lasted just 3 years because the Oreo logo, it's basically just the Orkin
It
logo.
is the Orkin logo.
It is exactly
For the
it's the
folks at
same
home.
shape.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right.
Take away the KIN and substitute an EO, and you have Oreo's brand of the Orkin logo.
Which it just makes people think of
Oreo's
poison.
version, I'm sorry.
Makes people think of poison, and yet it lasted 3 years.
And then you kind of got several versions of.
Yeah, then they brought in the color. 52 was the first time we kind of saw those colors. It changed. That 60 to 72 is awesome. It almost looks like a Partridge Family type.
It does.
That
Very
vibe.
Partridge. Yeah.
And then, like
Which
I
is
said,
when the Partridge Family was around. Well, maybe 70s. Late 70s, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that 72 one is basically just evolved into what we have now. But I think it's a great logo. It makes me hungry just looking at it.
I wish they
big
would have
fan.
stuck with 1923 version with the two cookies on the side, the cookies actually in the logo. Or, I got to be honest, I like the Orkin. I
The
really do.
Orkin one?
Yeah.
No, I would not eat
Nah,
those.
I love it. I love it.
I wouldn't
would
eat those.
that. Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Boy, they bombed hard in 36.
Yeah, 36 was terrible. It was just a yellow with some blue.
Yeah, it looks like it's spray paint.
Yeah, guys.
That guy forgot he had a logo due, and then the night before,
Yeah.
he just threw
Yes.
that together.
Yeah,
He's like,
that's
it's
kinda-
simple.
It's like how I prep for the show.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you just
Hey,
kind of
Bill,
throw
we're
it
on our
together.
way into the meeting. You got that logo?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
hold on a
writes in
second.
crayon.
That might have been the same thing the guy did in 49 with the Orkin thing. He's like,
Yeah, he's just looking. He's driving to work, and he
Yeah.
passes an
Sees the
Orkin
Orkin
van.
That's right.
And then the logo we have now has been around since 2001.
yeah, and it's a good logo.
Yeah, strong.
Yeah, I don't think it's their best, but it's a good logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the one previous to it. Let's talk. Well, let's try some cookies. Why don't we do that?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. So we have a lineup here for the folks that can't see at home. I got basically the basic Oreos, okay, in all of their thickness versions. We have thins, we have regular Oreos, we have double stuff, and we have mega stuff. The double stuff, I believe, is about 1.68 times the cream.
I think it's 1.86.
1.86 times the cream.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then the mega is, I think, 2 point something. It's not quite 3.
So meaning it's worth pointing out that double stuff is in fact not double.
It's not really double stuff.
It's close,
But,
but it's not that.
1.86 stuff does not roll off the tongue.
No, it's
not a good brand.
It doesn't. Well, why
Yeah.
wouldn't they just put a little bit more in there?
Money, maybe. Or maybe they just figured that's the best way it would taste. And then there is a thing called the most stuff, which is
Close.
bigger than this. Some people say it's more than 4 times the amount of cream.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Now that is a limited offer type thing. I tried to find it, couldn't find it. I think it's like comes and goes. It's like McRib.
It's kind of
basically.
silly. It's a novel. They put it
Yeah.
up for Instagram.
Yeah.
basically.
And then I also got this chocolate cream Oreo just to have one flavor. That's the one that Sean broke to bits.
Yeah,
so
broke it down for
you
you.
guys want to try them, or what do you want to do?
Also, just while you're hitting these different cream ratios, in 1984 they had one called Big Stuff, 3 inches. This cookie was 3
Diameter.
inches tall.
So yeah, it was as big as Flavor Flav's clock.
Yes.
It was.
Wow.
Comes up
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Good size.
That's a pretty standard reference for Greg, just so you guys know. He's
Yeah.
going to be comparing a lot of things to Flavor Flav's.
That's
Club.
We are
when you're talking about circles. That's what I compare everything to.
perfectly
Yeah.
reasonable. That's
Yeah.
your whole generation.
Yeah, Randy's head, I would say 1.27 Flavor Flav clocks.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. So here we go. You want to try thin? Tim,
Yeah,
thin. Sean,
Yeah, fork it over.
thin. This is the Oreo thin. It seems pointless to me.
If you're, people don't like it when we talk and chew. The thin, it gives you a little taste. If you're craving it and you're trying to eat healthy and you just need a little, like you have those little bags that are, I don't know, 60 calories or something of these things. They'll get the
good.
job done. They'll give you a
Good.
taste.
Okay. Cleanse the palate.
They'll taste the thing.
All right. Yeah, I
Now
guess
we're
they all
moving
do
on.
taste
Moving
the
on to
same.
the original.
These are the original.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite, Sean, even before the taste test? Is there-
Yeah.
That's
All
good,
right.
man. Definitely the cookie stands up a lot more.
Agreed.
Yep. Now we'll go to
Because in the thin, it's worth noting, it's less cream, but the cookie's
the
thinner.
cookie's
it's just
thinner.
an
Yeah, the
all
cookie is
over-
thinner.
Yeah.
The rest of these, it's pretty much the same cookie.
Yes.
Okay. Now we go to double stuff.
Which in my mind, by far, this is perfect.
This is
the
the greatest
perfect
thing
treat,
ever.
Double.
perfect cookie.
Yeah.
Real good.
Man, that's awesome. That's real good.
It's perfect.
It is perfect. Sean?
I'm off it. I would much rather go the thin. I think
thin?
I actually
Thinnest
like.
one?
Yeah, I like the actual. I don't like
Oh, the
the.
ones that you put your hands all over?
Oh, sorry.
Now we're going to go to Mega. We're going to go Mega.
And Mega's great, but it just it
Well,
feels
you haven't tasted
a
yet,
little
man.
too decadent. Oh, I've been tasting these my whole life. Okay.
Yeah, man. Tim's a pro.
It's a sloppier bite, right? Because of all the cream.
Yeah, you got a lot of cream movement going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as concise.
Too much, man.
It is too much.
It's just overkill.
It's good.
It is not good.
If you can
Now-
only have one,
It's okay though. I
Now
mean,
we're going to the chocolate cream. So it's basically a regular Oreo with chocolate cream in the middle.
I just don't know about that.
Sean?
Randy's laughing at our chewing.
Sorry. I apologize if it's disgusting to the listener.
I'm sorry. I thought Randy was laughing. He's actually crying because we're eating real Oreos right in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just wants to know what that feels like.
I misinterpreted that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I kind of like it. It seems more subtle than the.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I'm not
it's-
getting a lot of chocolate.
Yeah, it seems more subtle. It's not as pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
it's
Sean,
fine.
your favorite
Yeah, the thin.
is the thin.
Yeah, I actually like. I'm not big in the cream. I think it's just a little much for me. So.
Yeah.
Double stuff is, I mean, it might be my favorite dessert. It might be my favorite
Yeah.
anything.
I probably would go with double stuff.
Yeah.
I got way. I mean, it's these things are hard for me. We got to put them away real quick because I
Right.
have been known to just go crazy with them. I've had some problems with food. Maybe it goes back to wrestling and cutting weight and all that stuff, where I just binge eat and things like that. And when I was at the height of my binge eating, I was living in Los Angeles, and that's when they had a lot of Oreo ice cream out there.
Oh,
And I would buy Oreo ice cream, and then I would buy a pack of Oreos because I didn't feel that they were putting enough Oreos into the Oreo ice cream.
It's a good move,
it's
man.
fantastic.
And I remember some lady was like at the counter. She was like behind me. She's like, you know, there's already Oreos. I know, lady. I know what I'm doing here. It's 2 a.m. I'm buying cookies and ice cream.
No, I know that
obviously
move, man.
experience with this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. All right.
You can also
Shut your mouth. Shut it.
you can also now get the a whole tub of just the cream.
That's
I don't know
disgusting.
if it's
though.
Sam's or Costco, but just a whole
Yeah.
tub of the Oreo, which is
What do you think?
That's disgusting.
awesome.
And the thing is, it's unappealing, and I love the cream.
yeah.
But it's just disgusting and gluttonous. And
I've not done it because I just feel like I make that choice. And
no,
bad things
Now,
happen.
we're
you
jumping
You don't go
conclusions
back
here.
if you do that, man.
We might, you might be maybe making your own stuff at home, your own cookies, and then
Yeah, a
you
guy like
throw
Randy.
it in the middle.
Yeah.
Like
A guy like Randy's, he's one step.
You know,
from
Randy's
making
like,
his
I
own-
have the jar.
Yeah. Randy probably rolls his own cigarettes. You know,
Hey man, I make my own Oreos.
make my own Oreos.
Come over sometime.
Come on over. No, thank you. No, thank you,
I got a
Carl.
bucket.
I would rather not. I think I'm just going to go ahead and spend the $5.99 and get my own package order.
Yeah.
No, brother. I mean, they don't come. They're not as good, man.
You guys ever doing the deep fried Oreos? Have you ever done that?
Don't care for it at all.
I love it.
But as long you do?
Yeah.
Okay. I respect that. But I'll tell you, if you're going to do some variation of Oreo, the one that I would go with is the fudge covered or the chocolate covered Oreo. The
Also
white
great.
chocolate covered and then the dark chocolate. I don't know if I ever had dark chocolate, but milk chocolate covered Oreo. There might be dark chocolate. And you get those in like confectionery places, like candy. I mean, I think Oreo has put them out before.
Yep.
But if you go to like a candy store, they'll have chocolate covered, really good chocolate.
And the
covered.
candy store ones are better than the ones that Oreo puts out.
Yeah,
for a
they're
variety of
probably
reasons.
they're probably $3 a piece
yeah,
at the candy store. Yeah, they're worth it.
So good.
You guys want to talk about the Coke Oreos? And I'm not talking about Oreo Coke.
Forgot about that.
I'm talking about Coke Oreos now.
Yep.
Go
You
ahead.
know
man.
this is real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both exist.
Yeah, have you had them?
Can you explain it, or are you just going to start breaking up cookies?
Oh, well, I'm out, man. I need more. No, it's a few weeks ago I noticed there was I think
Break
it was
them
Coke
up.
Zero.
Go ahead, break them up. You have no idea what you're talking about.
No, didn't Coke Zero did not. Coke Zero made an Oreo flavored Coke Zero.
There's
Is
a
this correct?
crossover, Coke and
Oh,
Oreo.
okay.
You can get Oreo Cokes and Coke Oreos.
Okay.
Right. I didn't know about the Coke Oreos until like a few days ago.
Yeah?
Neither.
And I was just wondering if you guys got involved and had any because I couldn't find it, but I see it online. So I was just like, that's where I was going with this.
Neither are very good.
I have not, but I can tell you many times when I'm at my saddest, I will have Oreos and Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Wash down Oreos with Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola,
That's
yeah.
just despicable.
Oreos are such a good, sad food because of the way the packaging is that you have to tear that thing open
Yeah.
and you can't evaluate how many you've eaten until they're gone, right? You have to reach in.
It's a zero-sum game.
You've polished off the whole thing and you're like, oh,
is.
what happened?
How many did you have? I had one or I had all of them.
Yeah, you don't know. And it feels great.
Yeah. Boy, it does. And then,
It's the ultimate sad food and happy food.
yeah. Then you wake up sweating at 3 o'clock in the morning
You
because you're
smell
probably
like Oreos.
just got diabetes that night. We've hit some of the fun facts, I believe. But Tim, you got some?
Yeah, I got a few fun facts I'd like to share. Originally, Oreos were sold when they first hit stores by the pound, 25 cents a pound.
I'll take a pound of ground beef, 2 pounds of turkey, and 3 pounds of Oreos.
Which I would just love.
Yeah.
Same with you. Data's hard to get, but back in 2000, Oreos were enjoyed by 9 out of 10 households in the United States.
Wow.
You hear
9
that,
out of
Andy?
They were in all 10 households. It's just one of the households like, I don't like
I
these
don't care
Oreos.
for them. I'm not
I don't
enjoying
like
them.
Wait, when was this, Tim?
2000.
Oh, 2000. Oh, I thought you meant present day because 9 out of 10 would be our boy
This
Randy.
guy I know,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
sitting right here next to me.
Yeah.
They did a test with rats, as they do, right, with Oreos. And it turns out that Oreos...
These are the actual animal, not like people that told on people.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Oh,
yes.
okay. I was going the other way.
The animals, yeah, not dirt bags. In rats, Oreos activate the same pleasure centers in the brain as cocaine and morphine.
Yeah.
And rats, by the way, there's like, how do you eat an Oreo? Big campaign, big question. Rats eat the center first,
That makes sense.
right to the white stuff. Oreos activated more neurons in these rats than cocaine or morphine.
Good
Same spots,
boy.
but more so the Oreos. That's pretty crazy.
Whoa.
It's I mean, I've never done the aforementioned drugs, but I've done plenty of Oreos, and I think
Yeah.
Your pleasure center is going pretty.
Fire,
Yeah.
those neurons are cooking.
Yeah.
But if I get, I don't know, I'm about 6 of these things away from going all in, and then it's just going to be a bad 3 days. I don't feel so good about myself.
The Oreo spiral.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that your recovery? Literally 2 to 3 days? If you go on your tear in the old school days, you have the whole thing.
I don't know, man. I can't remember, but it wasn't good. Sometimes it would send me off on a 2-month binge.
Dude, I know, man. I know. I mean,
Don't
at least you
don't
stay in
judge me.
shape, man. I'm a fat monster, so I mean, at least you. I mean, we've talked about I eat in bed. It happened last night, not with the Oreos, but I had a real problem with the Twinkies.
Oh, you were
yeah.
doing Twinkies
10
in
for 10,
bed?
and I'm telling I can't even believe I'm saying this. Now other humans are going to hear this. This is
Wait, what is
I
10?
ate all of them. I ate them all.
Ate
And my
10
girlfriend
Twinkies
has
in
them
bed?
because she's a type 1 diabetic.
You ate 10 Twinkies in
Is that
bed?
what you're saying? 10?
Yes, I think I
Last
ate
night.
whatever the whole regular box
Yeah.
is. Yes, it's very simple. I took them, I went to bed, I ate them in bed, and I went back to sleep. That's who I am. That's what I do. I eat in bed.
Woke up at 3 a.m, had a lasso like Twinkie the Kid.
That's right.
He was,
Just boots and a cowboy hat and a bandana.
Heather was like, I don't like this.
I know,
Sean.
I know, man. That's why this is what you see here, man. That's why I'm wearing a garbage bag of a hoodie right now or whatever this thing is, man.
No way.
The black makes you thin.
Yeah.
I guess my question there is, why wouldn't you go chocodiles? Do they still have those?
What?
Yeah, they're so good.
Man,
What are
that's
they called?
Chocolate covered Twinkies. Chocodiles.
And chocodiles, I don't think are, because there were chocolate covered Twinkies, but there were also chocodiles.
Yeah, I never.
Because I think chocodiles might have had chocolate cake instead of golden cake. Randy is shaking his head no. Go ahead, weigh in, Randy.
Yeah,
and
Randy,
let us
jump
see
in.
you.
Chocodiles were actually their own thing. The cake inside, as I remember from being a kid, was more cupcake-like, but a vanilla cake, but it was more cakey, unlike where the Twinkie is more spongy.
Spongy. It's a sponge cake.
So it was a completely different thing. I heard you could get them in maybe out west, Colorado or something. Somebody brought me some
those
back.
are so good, man.
Yeah, somebody brought some back for me about 8 years ago.
Let
hey,
me
man,
tell
I'm
you
going to
guys
Colorado. You want me to get you anything?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. Chocodiles.
Yeah, we could remake. What's the movie with? Is it Smokey and the Bandit, where they were trying to get the Coors beer from Colorado?
Yeah.
Delivered. Big Enos and Little Enos were trying to get the Burt Reynolds. We could do
Sure.
it with Chocodiles coming out of Colorado for Randy.
I like that.
I just remembered, Sean.
Yeah.
I bake.
Yeah, you do.
I've done some baking. I've made some pretty good stuff.
You make pies.
I've made pies. Mostly cookies are my specialty. Some cupcakes for the Convy family.
Fantastic.
Emma liked your mom liked my cupcakes, right?
Yeah, she goes on and on about them.
Yeah.
Why didn't you
but
make me any?
I tried to make because of what you just told me. A lot. I would give you whatever you
Oh,
wanted,
that's
buddy.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if he needs. I don't need to.
Feel left out.
As an addict, I probably don't need to.
Right.
But I tried to make homemade Twinkies one time, and it
Oh.
was a full-on disaster.
What made you want to do that?
Just me and my niece Tori, take on different baking projects when she was a kid.
Yeah.
And we tried Twinkies, and it was terrible.
That's ambitious.
Yeah, it was.
Do you
I
fry
couldn't
it?
I couldn't get the cream to the right thickness, and then I couldn't get it in there. And it was. I made sponge cake, is what I made.
Right.
I made sponge
Yeah.
cake with some a little bit of cream smeared on the bottom.
Right.
It wasn't a bad sponge cake.
So maybe it tasted okay, but just like the actual.
I know it
guts
didn't
of
even
the
taste it
guts
because
of
I couldn't get enough cream in there to
All right, so it
get
was,
the sort of ratio going.
Hey,
It's
man,
really hard to make homemade Twinkies.
I bet. I didn't even know that was an option.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
We should do Twinkies.
I mean,
That'd
can
be
we
good.
make homemade Twizzlers next week? I mean, that'd be a fun thing.
Can't
You
even
can't
imagine
do that, man.
You would do that. We should
Wiles
do both
from
those
Loose
things.
Wiles might be able to do it. He was in the candy business.
Yeah.
Any more on fun facts?
Yeah, a
buddy?
few more things. You got to give a shout out to the Weird Al song. He did a parody of New Kids on the Block's The Right Stuff. He did Oreo. What's in the middle? The white stuff.
Oh yeah.
So good. I've had a zillion or two in my life. They're so right. It's a great
Yeah.
great song.
Yeah.
Oreo is available in over 100 countries, and the name is different. It was originally called the Oreo biscuit, then the Oreo sandwich, then the Oreo cream sandwich, and now the Oreo chocolate sandwich cookie.
Yeah, the Oreo sandwich didn't work out because there were these guys up in Jersey that thought they were going to get Oreos on a hoagie roll, and they were,
This isn't what I ordered.
This is what I ordered, and there's no mustard.
And then Oreo is famous for a lot of the kind of novelty flavors, right? So
Man.
you get the golden Oreos, which I think are great. But then they'll put out just like it's available for a month, all kinds of weird things like the Coke thing. Those only sell so well, but it drives people. It reminds people to get the regular Oreos. So when they do those campaigns, it's actually driving the regular Oreos, the double stuff, the original ones.
Yeah.
That's kind of why they do it.
I read something where some of them started as novelty, and they Golden was just supposed to be like a novelty, and now Golden is right there.
Yep, delicious. And golden in some countries is even bigger.
I could see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're real good.
That I mean, I forgot about it, but that would be my.
Yeah, I should have got
just-
some Golden.
Yeah.
In Spain, they're bigger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're terrific. It's back to what Greg said 10 minutes ago. That's why I don't have a lot, because these things are problematic for me. So I stay away.
Yeah,
It's like working.
Stick to Twinkies.
Like I love
Yeah,
cheesecake,
stick with Twinkies.
and I used to work at a cheesecake factory, so I'd eat like 5 pieces a week because it was there.
Right.
If it's there, and that's the problem. And now my girlfriend, I don't know if she's going to be alive because she's a type 1 diabetic, and that's her like backup food if the sugar drops. And I wiped her out last night.
Yeah. There's a lot we need to talk about here.
Yeah, there is. Well,
yeah,
maybe.
Easy cleanup though when you're eating Twinkies in bed, right? Way better than Oreo.
Yeah, I mean, the wrappers are all over the place. That's a real problem.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
You're in a bad spot.
You are, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
Get some help.
Yeah, I gave one to my dog though, so
That's not good.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I did it, by the way.
It's abusive.
That would probably kill him.
There's a wasabi flavored Oreo. I mean, I can give you all kinds. Hot chicken wing Oreo, the black pink Oreo, which I believe is a K-pop group, kind of a crossover thing. All kinds of crazy flavors they come up with. That again, they drive the original ones, which are so good.
Yeah, and I saw that study somewhere here, where medium ranked. They ranked 85 of the Oreo flavors.
Oh yeah, I can go through those for you.
Yeah.
Traditional was number 1. Oreo chocolate cream, which we just had, was number 2. Golden was the 3rd. Oreo with strawberry cheesecake filling was 4th. 5th was the milk chocolate coated. So good.
Yeah.
6th, the white chocolate coated. 7 was red velvet cream. 8 was birthday cake. Not a fan. 9 was peanut butter. I stay away from that too. And 10 was mint.
Okay. What was the worst?
Well, that black pink Oreo is way the heck down here.
Yeah.
85.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Wow, beat Sour Patch Kid.
Oh,
That's
man.
a real one.
Is it
Ooh.
really?
Yeah.
Google
it. It is a real.
I'd be curious to try that.
Sean, did you have them at home in Rochester with Agnes? Did your mom have them?
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm. We had grocery store called Wegmans, and Wegmans. I mean, that's just what in your Rochester. That's everyone goes there. So we use their private label. And
Really?
Yeah, they had their own.
Boo.
They had their own cookies and.
Not a fan of
that was
private
it.
label.
So never touched them outside of when they're here.
Wegmans is an incredibly great grocery store, though. It's like they're like when I was in the grocery business, like they're revolutionary.
Dude, it's insane.
Everybody sort of looked up to Danny Wegman. Was like, oh, this is how
Yeah.
you do things. Like
Look at
you know how they do the prepared food stuff.
Yeah.
When you go in and the first thing you like in the deli, there's all like, hey, you just heat this up. And,
Yeah.
like that. Danny Wegman was like he was the pioneer for prepared food sections and everything. It's a beautiful store.
Oh, it's insane, man. It's the cool. It's
They're
the
in
best.
Jersey now too. They've
Yeah.
expanded a little bit.
Out of the game, and he's still kissing up to the retailers.
Yeah, he's
still
no-
fighting for that
Well,
shelf
dropping
space.
a Bill Wegman name. I mean, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Danny Wegman,
Or darn it.
not Bill Wegman. I don't know who that is.
It's not
Probably your barber or something. I don't know. It's Danny Wegman.
Danny
The
Wegman.
guy's a visionary.
I believe you.
Yeah.
And I'm not kissing up, man.
It sounds like a little bit.
I'm not kissing up at all. I have a passion for the business.
Who's the CEO of Kroger?
Dave Dillon was.
You weren't supposed to get that right.
I think Dave Dillon. What do you know that? I think Dave Dillon may be retired though. That was the guy that was because they bought Dillon's markets out of Kansas, and when they bought him, Dave actually became he was like inverted. He became the CEO of Kroger.
And they're the monsters, right? Country-wise, like biggest.
Kroger's huge. Yeah, because they bought up Ralph's in L.A.
Yeah.
And I can't remember, like Albertsons merged with somebody. I think I got roasted.
You did.
Yeah, about that because I didn't know.
You got something wrong about a merger, and everybody beat you up in the comments.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Yeah, they did. Speaking of comments, Tim is the keeper of the comments.
Keeper of the
We like to
comments.
go sort of top 3, bottom 3. 3
I like
comments that say something relatively positive about us, and 3 comments that do not. Tim, you got something?
Yeah, we'll start with the bad ones. Jason Kudrow 4076 said episode 2 had neither the why nor the logic.
It did
Gets
not. It did not.
Sean is all about the why.
Sean's
and the
all about
logic.
the why and logic. And here you go, Jason Kudrow. You're going to get more of that.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got some.
Yeah.
This episode.
Oh, was he saying that? Maybe he was saying that because at the time he did not think there was an episode 2. So he wasn't bashing our work.
He was calling out the numbering, which
He was
we've
calling
addressed.
out the fact that there was not. So actually, Jason was kind of kidding around. It's being clever,
Yeah.
more than mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm with you, Jason.
Up next, Rich Royalty Rob and Reckless Record said Greg's
What's his
eyeliner.
name?
Whoa. Yeah. Say that again.
Rich Royalty Rob and Reckless Record.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
No.
Great YouTube channel.
You like this? He says Greg's eyeliner makeup looks crazy.
I've been getting this since I was a child.
I know.
I don't wear eyeliner.
I don't get it.
I don't wear it. But I must look like it because people have told me that my whole life. Now, like they'll do something. I'm not gonna lie. When I do my special, there's always somebody. When you do television, there's somebody doing makeup, and I don't know what they do to my eyes. I don't think they do a whole lot. They don't put eyeliner.
No,
on.
you would know. They don't.
But anyways, when people are like when I'm on film, for something, I'm like, well, maybe I did have it on, but like, no, I didn't. We don't do makeup for this podcast.
No,
I've asked.
Wasn't
Randy,
in the budget.
I've asked Randy to do some training, but he won't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next season,
Yeah.
full makeup crew.
You do makeup, Randy, and you produce the show. You're going to be eating regular Oreos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. I remember you, like you said, when you shoot the specials, they'll put stuff on you. And I remember when you were shooting the salesman, and Nate's like, "Okay, we're gonna go here and do this," and you're like, "Oh, I got to get makeup first." And Nate's like, "Oh, you were
again?
You're wearing makeup." Nate's like, "Yeah, man, whatever you want to do. If that's what you do for your specials, fine. It's not what I do for mine." It's pretty good, but yeah, no eyeliner makeup. People are accusing you of that constantly.
Here's what because he's just got like super blue eyes, so I would think the contrast of the color of the blue against the dark eyelashes
Well, he's got
make it accentuate.
more pronounced eyelashes than like you or I.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right, or that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then at Jared Morris.
Me and Billy Idol.
I think Billy Idol might be putting on some eyeliner.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Jared Morris, EP1QF said, Sean Boston Patrick Renna O'Brien is one angry fellow.
Unbelievable, man. I mean, I laughed.
What is
so, I don't know. I mean, you guys tell me about this. So I Google. I'm like, I don't know who that is. Patrick Hennedy is the catcher.
Patrick Renna.
I'm sorry, Renna is the catcher from the movie The Sandlot. And if you Google him present day,
yeah.
not very flattering for me.
I don't know. I think he looks fine.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah. He's a good actor.
No, I know, man.
But I
it's
think he looks good as an adult.
He does? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he looks bad at all.
I don't know if that's what that. I don't know if that was the intention. To be honest,
I'm trying to see if there's a resemblance.
There's not.
I don't think there is. I think
I don't really see it.
it might be it might be the weight thing. I'm probably clocking
No, I
in
think
on
it's
him.
the like that face where he's Randy's for the people that can't see, Randy is hovering his cursor over that. What was it? His name was Ham.
Ham, yeah.
Ham Porter. He's screaming like, and that I could see is definitely Sean, like complaining, screaming, yelling. Yeah.
He should be your co-host on The Complainers.
The Complainer, yeah, that would be perfect.
Dude,
but he has to be
you
in
got
character.
Hollywood in there?
Yeah, celebrity.
Yeah, man.
You got a celebrity?
That's the hook. That's the draw him in, man.
The
You need a name.
Complainers with Patrick and Sean. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Can you give us something good?
Yeah, we got some good ones. Brian Lee 7226 said, we used TKO DJs for our daughter's wedding back in 2013. We talked about
Outstanding.
TKO where I used to work, and
Yeah.
The
Again,
technical
formerly
knockout.
known as
guys made fun.
technical knockout DJs.
See why we do this, but yes. Anyway, you made the right choice. First name in DJing if you're in the St. Louis area.
Way to go.
And then I don't know if this falls as a good or a bad, but O'Fails said, are we going to get into the Tim is a Paul Rudd stunt double conspiracy?
I don't know. What do you mean it's not? That's a nice thing.
Yeah, I know, man. I mean, he's probably. It's not like you look like Rick Moranis.
All right, I know. But I'm just saying it's not a.
No, I mean, you're kind of saying it like, oh, you know that guy. He's kind of banged up.
I think Moranis has got a good look.
I mean, maybe Moranis says. I just don't know if he's a traditionally Hollywood.
Yeah,
Looking
yeah,
like-
man
yeah, I
type.
got what you're saying.
Yeah, like I don't know if he's going to play Thor in the next.
Probably not.
I would see
No.
that though.
Neither is Rudd though.
Rick Moranis. Is
Yeah,
Thor.
you're right. Probably Rudd isn't, but I think Rudd, like girls like Rudd, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, girls like Rudd. They like Rudd. This is girls like Tim.
And I think he's a Missouri guy. I think Rudd's a
Kansas,
KC
Rudd,
guy.
yeah.
Kansas,
Kansas
Kansas City, but on the
Oh, the
Kansas side. My friend Cindy, that's done some PR for me. You've met her.
Mhm.
I think she dated Rudd at KU.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah, she went on a couple
Nice.
dates with him or something like that.
I watched a little of Clueless the other night. Was on, was kind of his first thing, and I mean, he looks the same, but boy, Clueless is a great movie.
Great movie.
I just watched it last week.
Yeah,
What a good time.
That's
Yes.
a great movie.
I was like, does this
Yeah.
hold up?
I enjoy it.
'Cause I loved it back in the day, and it's great, man.
I
great,
agree, man.
Great cast.
Good soundtrack.
Kai Wakely IK7YG. Man, people have weird YouTube names. Said, I've never heard of someone being threatened with a word of the week before. This show is going to develop some wild running segments after a few months. So, word of the
right.
week.
Yeah,
Have you
by the way,
I know,
buddy,
man.
what do you got?
in?
You know what stinks is that I think you actually had one earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt you. He
What are you
said
talking
something. He got all fancy early when you're doing the history today. He said some word. I'm like, oh, now he's just showing off. It was a classic flex. And I'm like, man, you didn't have to talk. Like, we don't talk that way.
Well, do you have one?
Yeah, no.
You said you were going to give us one.
Yeah.
I said the
I
word.
did say
I said the word company. That's like a
Hold on.
business, and it's.
What? Yeah, what is it?
I can't explain to you. Start
Wait,
breaking
what?
cookies.
It's called- what's it called?
It's too much
Company?
for you.
You don't have one for us today?
A word of the day today?
Worked so hard on that black card, you couldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did
man.
come with a black
He
card.
come with a black
your
card, man.
calendar.
Yeah. It's been a very expensive.
Although I
episode
did
for
hear
me.
a word. I don't know if this is a big word, and then it was in a movie I saw recently, and I did not know what it means. Ostentatious.
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 And I was like, and I think it's like pretentious or something,
Like showy.
or showy. Like that's.
Yeah.
So
Over
you
the
would be
top,
like,
over the top.
I hate driving my BMW because it's so ostentatious.
Yeah.
Would that make sense?
Maybe. Yeah, well, if it had like gold rims on it or something.
So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So it wouldn't just be that like it's got it over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah,
over the top.
I got you. So
Uh,
like
If you-
Greg's.
Like, go ahead.
I was gonna say like Greg's car. If like we put like what he just said, gold rims on his Acura.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty
That would,
ostentatious.
yes. That would
Yeah.
engender.
There it is, see?
Engender a laugh.
That would engender.
yeah.
For
Did you
sure.
think it meant something that came from Central Texas?
I was thinking. Well, I was like, all right, let's Google it. AUSTIN.
Nope, it's OS.
Tatious.
I believe it's OSTEN. I don't know, something like that.
I'm going to do one more and then I got a question for you. Brett Barron 3730 said, as a lifelong native of Granite City, Illinois, shout out. I appreciate Tim repping Duke's Bakery. I wore the shirt in
Oh,
the
yeah, man.
previous
Yeah.
episode. Their Yum Yum donut is arguably the best donut I've ever had. Also, how can you discuss Epic Water Towers and not reference the world's largest ketchup bottle in Collinsville, Illinois? Is that a water tower?
Yeah, the Brooks ketchup bottle, I believe, is. I don't think it's an operational water tower, but it is.
I didn't realize it was
I
a
think
water
it was a water tower. Yeah, that's back when they made a ketchup. It was the number 2 ketchup called Brooks,
Brooks, yeah.
and they have a ketchup bottle festival that my mom and I went to. One time over in Collinsville. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah, if you're off the beaten path in Southern Illinois, go by the ketchup bottle tower.
Pretty cool. And then finally, Marty Martinez.
Top 3, bottom 3. I think we're at like 30.
Okay, fine. I can be done.
No,
We'll save the other one.
No.
Well, it's an
Give it to
interesting question.
Marinas.
Yeah.
Question for Greg. How can I befriend my local Dr. Pepper or another brand accounts person so I can buy pallets direct? How would that work if somebody was like, I want,
You could call the bottler maybe, because I mean, if you called like Procter and Gamble, you can't do it. But I mean, the bottlers are kind of local, so if you called the bottler, they may be able to make that happen.
Okay. There you go. Yeah. So if you guys have questions for us, YouTube comments, leave them there. We'll work on an email address too, I think.
Or
But
let me know who else I look like.
yeah. There's
Can't wait to see
You got a
number 2.
King of Queens guy too. King of James. Kevin James.
King of James.
James is great.
King of
Yeah,
James.
Kevin James is great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, good looking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny guy, charming.
Yeah.
I would go with Kevin James. That's good.
You're doing great.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they don't. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like people like Ham.
I mean, that guy's.
I would
Kind of
go with that. Yeah, I guarantee you, next episode it's going to be Chunk from the Goonies.
That would be great. Yeah. Well, you know who Greg gets? Oh, we got to talk about this. We're on the road like a month ago, and the waitress, man, she was into Greg, and she just goes, "Boy, you look like Ray Liotta." And then Greg goes, "I'm not going to steal it because it's his thing," but it was pretty funny. What's your mind of that?
I think she thought I looked a little bit more like Chantix Ray Liotta than Goodfellas Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta for the Chantix commercial. It's like the last thing the guy did, probably, I think, in his career, too, was to quit smoking.
He crushed
and
those
then he quit
commercials,
living.
though. Yeah.
I've gotten Ray Liotta a lot.
You get,
I
just
get
in
that
my
a lot.
presence 3 times a day.
Yeah, and then I get Rudy a lot too.
Sean Astin?
Yeah, Sean Astin.
You do?
I get Rudy a lot.
In a weird way, you can see
I
it.
got
Yeah.
Rudy.
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
But again, I think they may be going when he was a hobbit or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Encino Man. That's probably what they're talking about.
Yeah. And then, did you say you had a question for me?
No, I already asked it about
yeah.
the pallets. And, yeah,
Oh,
all
okay.
that. Yeah.
Anything interesting that we are buying or have bought or planning to buy?
Yeah, I would like to share this with you guys on my
Sean,
way here.
you got anything?
Oh man,
Well, so I was
a
so
little too
excited.
convy heavy on this episode.
Go ahead.
He did. He
You got one?
no.
No.
on my way here, I only had so much time to get here. I wanted to eat first, so I go to Starbucks, as I do. And I'm a big fan of the ordering ahead, right? You don't have to wait in line, none of that stuff. You do the mobile. So I ordered. It was I will tell you, it was a grocery store Starbucks that I put my order in for. I got my regular old drink, and then I got egg bites.
Yeah.
And they do this impossible breakfast sandwich. And I put the order in. It's in my usual orders.
Yeah.
Bop, bop, bop.
Repeat. Yep.
Get there, plenty of time, feeling good. Get up, grab my drink. There it is. I have a bag, and I start to step away. And she says, oh, hey, our oven is broken, so we couldn't heat them up. So what would you think that they would do?
Just wait a minute.
Just not give you the egg bite.
Yeah, they're
reimbursement,
frozen, right?
Yeah. What do you got?
In this bag. This is
What?
unbelievable. The frozen sandwich and the frozen egg bites. She goes, yeah, the oven was out.
That is insane.
And there
That's
was no
nuts.
way to tell you on the app. And I just started laughing. She goes, you can microwave them.
So you paid for them.
What? I had already paid for them through the app.
through the app.
Yeah,
I was
that's
laughing.
The thing, man.
This lady's helping other people.
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
can't
gonna
do anything about it.
I wasn't
That's
gonna
just
do
that's
anything.
customer
Amazing,
service.
But you're like,
That is amazing.
That's crazy.
you only
Yeah.
eat Starbucks because you're on the go, right? It's
Yeah.
not bad. They do a fine job for a drive-through when you're in there. It's the only reason I do it on the app. I'm on the move, and it's a frozen in the bag sealed
Outstanding,
breakfast
dude.
sandwich
so good.
that I paid the full thing for, and then frozen egg bites.
Oh man, if that was appropriate, I think we should get another shelf, and that should just stay
Just
up
be
there for
frozen
life.
egg bites.
Just those two.
So that's what I spent money on.
You know what happens when you come in? Just say we're out.
Yeah.
Totally.
And then you get a credit. This is not that difficult.
Or sometimes when you're on the app, it'll tell you we're out of that item. So take all the items involved in the oven and turn them off. Or when I'm there, be like, here's the situation. How do you want to handle this? Not, here you go.
That's it. But Starbucks, first of all, there's 80,000 orders behind you.
Yeah.
And the person that's in charge is 20 and a half.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
So it's like
That's why, Tim, you need a Dunkin' Black card.
Yeah.
And you go there and
you're
get
right.
the food.
You're right.
300
Right
bucks.
here.
I've waited long enough.
$300, man.
Great.
Man, boy, is that amazing feeling. When I saw it in the mail, it said Dunkin' Donuts or Dunkin' and Baskin Robbins was the return address. And I'm like, it is payday, baby.
Yeah, you've made it.
I made it, man. Even got the letter to
Once
prove it.
again, buddy, congratulations.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
So that was why I didn't have, that was my out, by the way.
Tim, you want to make a plug?
Yeah, you want me to do all the plugs?
Yeah, let's.
Okay, cool.
Not
Sean,
get crazy with plugs.
you got it. Sean and Greg will be in Detroit October 24th through 26th at Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle. I will be with Greg in Columbus at the big comedy special shooting produced by Nateland, Columbus, Ohio, November 23rd. Tickets are great, but there are still some left. So if you want to be a part of history.
Yeah, make it. First show sold out.
I don't know if it's sold, but it's getting
It's
close.
getting close.
Yeah. And second show, there were some tickets available.
This is big. I'll be there just for moral support.
Sean
I kind of
will
run
be
behind
there.
I'll be behind the scenes guy. I kind of keep riffraff away.
He does.
Make sure the internet's working.
Let's not
run errands.
Let's not get into names, but we did
No.
have.
I'm not gonna get the names.
Sean, we had somebody down in the green room.
I
that
had to
was-
run interference.
He
Here-
ran interference.
a,
for him.
a friend of ours. We're gonna go nameless.
Got a little crazy.
Got a little crazy.
Sean, I'd never seen Sean step it up.
And
He's
I
like, listen,
just-
man, this is his night, and you're screwing it up.
I peppered him. I'm like, listen, buddy, we're out.
And he was firm.
I
He was
threw him
kind.
out.
He was like, listen, man, you're out of here.
Yeah, I tossed
No
him.
offense, you're out.
I did. I bumped him. And I'm like, and anyone else? You want to start stuff? God, I'll throw out half this crowd. Don't
It's
test
one of my
me.
favorite. It just needed to happen so bad.
Yeah.
A
Oh,
guy,
yeah, you were there, Timmy.
he didn't really, he shouldn't have been there. And Greg, the night before a special, I'm like, Greg, anything you need, man. I know it's the big day. Anything you need.
This is a good friend of ours, man. I don't want to.
Yeah, it was
He's
great.
He's a great
We're
guy.
kinda saying it.
But-
He was just having a little too much fun. That's all.
He was
was
having a
an-
little
and-
too much fun that day. And
Greg
down in
was
the
going
green
to
room.
have fun, but he was also, it's a big night, and I just had to look at it. Sometimes you got to crack the whip.
Yeah.
And I did, and I had to bench him.
And we're
I
not,
had to bench him.
this sounds like an exaggerated Sean story. The fact is you really did take care of the situation.
He did.
You benched him.
completely stepped up, man.
He pouted in the corner the rest of the night, but
No,
Greg's
he was
special
okay.
went
He
well.
was
No,
fine.
he was fine,
He was
man.
fine. He was
No,
fine.
I just put him in the
He had a
parking
good
lot.
time, but he got him out of the green room.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It was
Tim,
awesome.
what about you? You got
So
something to plug for yourself?
Yeah, Ludo shows. Big Ludo shows at the Pageant in St. Louis, October 25th, 26th, and 27th. So join us for that. Ludo, and the new Ludo song is out, of course.
Are you guys going to
Yeah.
be playing
Dead
that
Man's
song?
Party. We will be playing that song.
Yeah.
Boingo Boingo cover, Dead Man's Party. Are you going to play Scare Me?
We will play Scare Me.
Scare Me is my favorite song. I'm coming on Sunday night.
Oh, yeah, to the Ludo
cool.
shows.
Then I'll be there, man.
Great. You're going just because Greg's going?
Well, I didn't know if we were getting back from Detroit.
Oh,
I wasn't because I don't know our itinerary. So
Good.
Yeah, I got it.
Awesome.
Buddy.
It'll be fun.
So I'll be there.
Fun to have you guys there. So, yeah.
You gonna play Lake Pontchartrain?
Yeah, we will.
That's
all
a
the
pretty
Ludo
wild.
hits.
That actual bridge is crazy.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, really cool. You did
The
that.
bridge over Lake Pontchartrain.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
No, I think he means in the song.
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah. But I like it. I've never even thought about that before.
You're welcome.
TimConveyStuff.com for me, GregWarrenComedy.com for Greg. Come check us out, all that stuff.
And I'm Patrick. What's the guy's name?
You're
Haney.
Ham Porter.
Hamporter.com.
Guy from Sandlot.
Hamporter.com. This is The Consumers. You have been consumed.